One of UW-Whitewater's expectations of all student organizations and student groups as a whole is that hazing does not happen here, and that our student leaders are aware of what hazing is in order to help others avoid being hurt by it or committing the act. Hazing is defined as any intentional action or situation, whether on or off campus, that causes mental or physical harm, embarrassment, harassment, or ridicule. Hazing is not defined by who it's done to. Doesn't matter if it's a new member, a new officer, old member. Nor is it defined by the individual's willingness to participate. A person can say they have no problem with having something happen to them, but that does not mean that it becomes a legal act at that point or that it's okay. You can see some facts, national facts, here on the screen. 2 in 5 students are aware of hazing on their campus. 55% of college students experience hazing while a student. 1.5 million high school students are hazed each year in the United States, and 82% of deaths from hazing involve alcohol. If you're unsure if it's hazing, you need to ask yourself these questions. Would I feel comfortable participating in this activity if my parents were watching? Am I being asked to keep these activities a secret? Am I doing anything illegal? Does participation violate my values or those of my organization? Is it causing emotional distress or stress of any kind to myself or others? When I apply for jobs, can I take the burden of having a criminal arrest on my record? And that question is specifically for those who are the ones doing the hazing. A lot of people think that hazing leads to a sense of camaraderie and a sense of teamwork and a sense of tradition. And in fact, what we know is that hazing leads to depression and anger and fear, confusion and guilt, a sense of betrayal, emotional duress from the humiliation or intimidation factor of what's happening. Stress-related illnesses are often reported. Academics definitely suffer because of the hazing activities that can happen. Oftentimes we see re-traumatization of past abuse. Exhaustion is a common occurrence. Physical abuse, life-threatening activities, threats or implied threats, forced consumption. In the state of Wisconsin, hazing is against the law. No person may intentionally or recklessly engage in acts which endanger the physical health or safety of a student for the purpose of initiation or admission into or affiliation with any organization operating in connection with a school, college, or university. Under those circumstances, prohibited acts may include any brutality of a physical nature, such as whipping, beating, branding, forced consumption of any food, liquor, drug, or other substance, forced confinement, or any other forced activity which endangers the physical health or safety of the student. There are many myths that are associated with hazing, and we're going to address just a couple here. The first myth, and the one I hear most commonly, is that hazing is a problem for fraternities and sororities primarily. And the fact is that hazing is a societal problem. Hazing incidents have been frequently documented in the military, in athletic teams, marching bands, religious cults, professional schools, and other types of clubs and/or organizations. Reports of hazing activities in high schools are also on the rise. A second myth is that as long as there's no malicious intent, a little hazing should be okay. And the fact is that even if there isn't malicious intent, safety may still be a factor in traditional hazing activities that are considered to be all in good fun. For example, serious accidents have occurred during scavenger hunts, which is one of those activities that can be a good activity for teamwork and team building, but if it's taken to the wrong level and done in the wrong way, can be hazing. A third myth is that hazing is an effective way to teach respect and develop discipline. And the truth of the matter is that respect isn't taught, it's earned. Victims of hazing rarely report having respect for those who have hazed them. And just like other forms of victimization, hazing breeds mistrust and apathy and alienation. Exactly the opposite of what you want in your members of an organization. If you feel you're being hazed at any time, there are many steps that you can do. The first is to contact your organization's president or person in charge. Call the authorities. Contact Staff and Career and Leadership Development, and all of our contact information is listed right there. Or call the Anti-Hazing hotline. It's 472-HAZE. We will get you the help that you need.